Hello everybody who clicked on this video and is watching this video on YouTube right now. Today you're gonna be viewing me giving you guys a special little treat, nice little tour of something that I put together. My wisdom tooth is coming in on my left side, on the left side right now, and it hurts like a bitch. I hate it. It sucks. But I'm gonna try and ignore that and push through. So first, let me just go up here. Look at that. This was where I was planting my berries initially. They're all in their own little row. There's no sense of organization to it. It was just in order of when I got them, and they all have their names above them. Ass pear, wee pear. So you know, it goes through like that. And I liked this. I thought it was cool. But I had an idea early on for a design where I could organize everything underground into nice little pews, sort of. So you go down to the second floor. This is the mints, the vivichokes, and the fucking medicinal herb. And then all the way down at the bottom is my berry bunker. Welcome to the berry BNK3R. If you get that reference, leave a like and subscribe and comment about how you're an OG gamer. The berry bunker, the greatest defense bunker ever built. So yeah, this took me a while to get together just because I was very back and forth on its design, like trying to come up with ideas and never really getting anything good going on my creative test world. But now, I mean, I like it enough the way it looks. I like the colors it plays, sort of. The leaves in the ceiling, I think, are a nice touch. Before those were there, it looked really barren. Really hated it, but still. It's organized in a way that I'm not sure. I don't know if this organization method is the same method everyone else that wanted to do something like this would come to. So this is just the natural berries. These are naturally spawning berries. These are the super effective berries, which are also naturally spawning, minus that one. That one doesn't spawn. But these also all naturally spawn. They're just rarer than these. And they also are super effective berries because they all have the exact same effect, just for different types. So this one's for flying. This one's for normal. This one's for flying. Fuck, I just read that one. But yeah, so these are all natural. That's why they're grouped together. These are all the super effectives. That's why they're grouped together. And then within each cubby, they get alphabetized. So it goes Aspear, Bluke, Cherry, Chesto. This one's Babiri, Chardy, Chillin. They all get alphabetized. That seems like a logical thing to do for anyone who understands how to get the berries where they are and stuff about them in this mod. But past that is where I think it gets a little unique to me and how I sort of thought about this logically. So tier 1 mutations, and then the next one's tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. The colors on the signs, by the way, are not anything at all. They're just like, oh, is it a yellow berry? It gets yellow dye. These tiers, I came up with this idea because let's take the agave for the berry, for instance. Blech. You see, it requires 2 berries to mutate to. The way you mutate a berry is just by planting the 2 berries it needs side by side in like adjacent blocks. And as you harvest them slowly over time, maybe eventually one of the berries you harvest will be the mutated berry, which you can then plant. But the agave requires a rost and a persim, and you'll find that both of those berries, rost and persim, are natural berries. They can be found naturally. You don't have to get any kind of specialty stuff going to get them. You just find them and plant them and grow them. These as well count as natural. So if any of these required one of these berries and one of these berries, they're both still considered natural to get these. So that's tier 1. Tier 1s basically just mean to mutate them, you need 2 natural berries. So now then, my logic step forward was that any berries requiring tier 1s would then be tier 2s. If the lowest, sort of status berry was tier 1, then it would be tier 2. If the lowest status berry are natural berries, then it's tier 1. If the lowest status berry needed is a tier 2, it's a tier 3. So, like, you know, this cornberry needs a Bluke and one of these over here. I don't remember which one. A Wiki and a Bluke berry down there. So a natural and a tier 1. That makes it a tier 2. Because the lowest ranked one it needs is going to be a tier 1 mutation. So then tier 3s, like a Baloo. What do you need? You need a Pyapa and a Nomel. Pyapas are natural. They go in here. They're right there. That's a Pyapa. And then a Nomel is right here. So you have to plant a Nomel and a Pyapa next to each other until eventually you get one of these. Now you have blueberries. Tier 3, because the lowest ranked one it needs is a tier 2 mutation. So then tier 4s obviously need a tier 3 minimum. Sometimes I think they might use like a tier 3 and a tier 1, which is like weird because most of the time it's usually just one mutated berry than one natural. But in some cases it will need 2 mutated berries. Again, it just refers to whichever one is the highest sort of status berry. So if it needs a tier 3 and a tier 1, it's going to be a tier 4 because it needs at least one tier 3 involved. That was my logic with this, and I don't think that tiers of mutations are even like a thing that's recognized by the mod. It doesn't, like, that's not a classification. It's just mutated berries. All berries that are mutated are just considered mutated berries. There's no categorizing them, which is why I did this, because I didn't want all of the mutated berries just to be in their own cubby and have it be one massive thing. I didn't think that would look as good. I didn't think it'd be as cool. So that's what I did with those. God, fuck. I can't even close my mouth all the way. It hurts. Wisdom teeth are fucking stupid. Why do humans have that? Why is that a thing we still have? Get rid of it. Get rid of the little hook at the end of your spine, the little tailbone piece. Get rid of it, humanity. You fucking apes. But seriously, anyway. Jesus Christ. The berries are cool. This is kind of an interesting thing. My mouth hurts. This is an interesting thing for me to do, of all people. Because, I mean, if I go to L, World of Cobblemon, obtain one of every berry in Cobblemon, the Oops All Berries achievement. That's like a 100% type of thing in any game, any facet of any game is not something I typically go for. It's never been interesting to me to get 100% of something, in anything. But this was different. I don't know, some combination of the exploring to find all of the natural berries, the loot tables to find some of these from drops from certain Pokemon, like the Roselli berry that doesn't spawn naturally. You have to get it from certain Pokemon. And then, you know, going through, looking at all of the different berries and finding out which ones I need already to be able to make these. It's like, oh, Hondu. Also, some of them you need for certain recipes in the game, crafting recipes. So, I don't know. There was a lot of motivational drivers as well as making this facility to store them in. Which is another thing that's like, I would have an idea like that. Like, oh, I'm going to collect all of this thing from something and then store them and display them in a certain categorical way that makes sense to my brain and that I'm happy with. But then I would never do it. It would be too much work. So this is kind of the first time ever I've really gone all in and done it. So I'm kind of happy with that. If you guys have any ideas for stuff I could do, I'd be happy to hear it. You know, be engaged in the comments section. You know, it helps my my mouth hurts. It helps my engagement. It helps the algorithm be like, oh, people like this video, obviously, because they're talking in the video comments section. So, without any further ado, this is just going to transition right into the berry obtainment methods. So, you know, bookmark this video, refer back to it when you want to find the natural berries for yourself.